the numbers don't lie. That's their biggest problem. If you look at their numbers when they were at home versus their numbers when they were away, the hitters, I mean, it was not even close. So, don't tell me that it didn't have an impact, because it obviously did.
Yeah, and it's about time people were stepping up, and it took one person to do it. Once that person did it, now a lot of people are coming up. All right, let's go out to the lines. We're going to begin with JB, who's on line 1. Hello, JB. How you doing?
Oh, hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good. All right. So, with respect to the Astros, I mean, I feel like really cheated as a fan, because I thought Altuve was the best second baseman I've ever seen.
He still might be. It's just that you don't know, and when you sift through the numbers, you don't know what to think now.
No, now I just think he's this guy who's pretty good, but he should be banned from the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's no way he should get in now. And before, he was, pretty much a first ballot guy. So
let me ask you something, JB.
By the whole thing.
Do you think players should be suspended? I mean, you're off the line now, so I'll ask you, Paul. Because I thought this from the beginning. I thought Major League Baseball did not need to get into this immunity stuff with players. Once you go down that road, fine, you'll get information. But then the perpetrators continue to do, potentially, for all I know, are going to continue to do it again. Why wouldn't you? You got away with it once. Look what happened in New England. Spygate happens. They get rid of everything. Next thing you know, 5 years later, they're doing something else.
Yeah, I wouldn't suspend the player. I think Major League Baseball's approach has been wrong from the start. They should have tried to be like a real thorough investigation and basically got all of the information out there, like the BuzzBox thing. You can't tell me that they, the thing in his shirt or whatever. You can't tell me that they really fully looked into that and don't know one way or the other. To me, they did sort of enough of an investigation where they said, okay, there's something to this, and then threw out the fines and suspensions, and we're hoping that everything went away. We've got more questions now than we have answers. I would much rather them do a real investigation, really interview everybody, talk to everything, really kind of take a look at everything that happened, and then put it all out there for us. I don't think you need to suspend players. What they did is fine. I mean, they got, the two guys that, were in charge were suspended for a year. The team is fined. I think everybody looks at that team's, even though they haven't stripped them of the title, everyone looks at that title as kind of a tainted title anyway. Right. I mean, to me, they've done enough, except for they didn't do a good investigation. And the Astros yesterday were a joke.
Total joke. And here's the thing. They did their investigation. They thought by coming down, and at the time it seemed, oh, that's a lot, because they did, suspend guys, fine guys, big numbers. But the bottom line is, at that point, they wanted it to go away. This was before we had heard that there were wires tied to Jose Altuve. This is before we heard that there was a buzzer system and a Morse code or whatever else they're using down there. This was all about hitting a garbage can. But then we find out afterwards there's more to it coming up. This had been talked about without being reported since 2017. There were people on beats who heard it,
right?
But they really couldn't do much with it.
I think one of the most telling things, though, Bob, is the number of guys who have said, well, the difference between the Astros and everybody else is they got caught. That is alarming to me, that there's a number of baseball players willing to say that. Yep. Now, there are some like Cody Bellinger who, blasted them, and, you've had some guys that have really come out hard. And, now the one thing I will say is that the minor league pitcher that's suing them. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That's was his last.
That's a little ridiculous, okay?
But he's trying to jump on, and he was not a good pitcher to begin with.
So, I guarantee you, your major league career didn't hinge on one start or one relief appearance.
No. Sean joins us on line 2. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Bob?
Good. What's up?
I was just wanting to chime in on that same subject. I mean, that is an embarrassment to Major League Baseball. But again, as you said, that's water over the dam. However, I know that hunter down there has to be embarrassed as shit, but why did he fire a GM that built a team, Bob, that built a World Series type team in, half a decade? They fired the GM.
Well, they fired the two guys who were at the top of the food chain there, but the owner had to do something. The owner, to me, is someone who did not represent his team or baseball well at all yesterday. And if I were Bud Selig, if I were Rob Manfred, I would be very upset with what Jim Crane said and how he said it. I don't think that's a good, for someone who is supposed to be concerned about all this going on, he basically said, well, it didn't have an impact. No, it didn't impact what we did in 2017. Well, then why did you fire your GM and your manager?
And why did you do it if it didn't have an impact? You know, again, the toughest thing for the Astros to try and deny this heads is you look at the home numbers versus the road numbers. It's not even close. So that, to me, is a big thing. The other thing is, did you see one of those guys, Jason Stark or somebody, in 2016, they led the league in, like, I think almost set an all-time record with like 1,500 strikeouts, say. And in 2017, they had a drop of like 450 strikeouts, which is like historical, that drop between one year to the next. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean?
If you know that it's coming, it makes a big difference. We had a caller last night who said it's no big deal. You still got to hit the baseball. Oh, yes, it is a big deal. If you know it's a curveball, you could sit on it. If you know it's a fastball, if you know what's coming and what the, your situation is in the count, it makes a big difference. All right, now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for a Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day. And we look around Twitter. We found one from Merrill Hards, our good friend, who's battled open heart surgery like I have, and also cancer. 17 years ago, diagnosed with cancer, says Merrill Hodge on his tweet. I quickly found hope from those who survived, and I fight for those who continue to fight. So congratulations to Merrill Hodge, 17 years ago. I mean, he's a battler, and he looks in great shape. So that's our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the night. We'll be back with more of your calls and tweets right here live on Pittsburgh CW. Don't go away. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.